Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk About House. I'm Todd.
I'm Juana.
Okay, so there's this thing going around called "Marry the House, Date the Rate." It's been going. They've been talking about it for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but there's an article came out from I think Realtor.com, 5 pitfalls of this home buying strategy. So obviously, I think the big thing here is that people have, the unknown.
Right.
There's uncertainty.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, there's uncertainty in everything in life, isn't there?
Okay, so we're going to go through these 5 things and talk about them. Okay, 1, rates don't go down. Interest rates don't drop.
Right. So
Let's talk about the probability and what the side effects.
So, it depends on where you are in the cycle, right? I mean, we are about 16 months into this rate hike frenzy. So the chances of the rates not going down in the next 12 to 16 months are probably very small because traditionally the Fed has stopped raising rates in about 18 months and then followed by lowering rates. We also know that inflation's under control or a little more under control. So the chances of the rates going down in the next year and a half are probably pretty good, but it's not certain.
Okay. The second thing is thinking you can just refinance whenever you want.
That is a really big one. That's the thing that people don't quite understand. It's like, well, but I can just refinance. And you're right, you can, providing that your circumstances have not changed. So perhaps you changed jobs and you've gone from being a W-2 employee to a 1099 employee, and now you have to have a longer track record of income as a 1099 employee, and maybe you can't refinance right away. Maybe you were a dual income household and now you're a single income household. So your circumstances may change is the point. So you may not qualify for a refinance down the road. That is a possibility.
Number 3 is unexpected fees.
Right.
Refis are not free, right?
Right. No, refis are not free. Most of the time, the refis, they will wrap up as much as possible into your loan. So let's say for the sake of argument that you're refinancing $100,000, and let's say that the refinance fees are $2,000, your new mortgage will be for $102,000, right? So that's usually what happens. But sometimes there are some upfront fees. They tend to not be particularly onerous. Usually it's maybe something like an appraisal fee or something like that, but they're usually not a lot of money.
Okay. Here's another one. This is that uncertainty thing, not letting rates drop low enough.
Right. So people kind of sometimes have to play this game, right? They have to play chicken with the rates. Are the rates as low as they're going to go? So do you pay those refinance charges to refinance only 3 months down the road for rates to drop yet again, and then you pay again to refinance? Or do you wait and then the rates, instead of dropping, they go up again? So there is that uncertainty about whether or not you are getting the best rate in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, we had rates go up to 7, a little over 7.2. Then in 2 months, they dropped below 6 just for a little bit. Mm-hmm. They dropped down to the high 5s just for a couple months, and then they went back up, and now they're up in the high 6s again.
Right.
So you just can't. Okay, refi isn't a sure thing.
Right. So, there are all kinds of reasons why you might not be able to refinance, particularly like if you live in a condo association maybe or something like that, and if that condo association has particular issues, the lender might not want to refinance. You might have issues with that. If there are title problems with the property, that could be an issue. So there are all kinds of things that could go on.
Yeah, you could lose your job. You could change jobs. Mm-hmm. You could, stupid collection. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, I'm not going to pay that $250 medical bill because it wasn't me. They send it to a collection. The refi lender goes, oh yeah, we're not going to refi because you have this collection.
Right.
And it has to be clear for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, well, it wasn't mine.
Yep.
Okay, so the whole point of this is that being able to refi is not a certain thing.
Right. So it's important that you're an informed consumer and that you take a look at your whole situation and see what makes sense for you. Talk it over with your financial advisor, whoever does your taxes. Talk it over with a lender. And kind of get all these people to be on your team and explain what you're trying to accomplish and have them coach you through how to best accomplish what you want to do.
there's risk in everything. There's risk in doing something and risk in not doing something. We're not saying it's a great time to buy. We've never said that. 18 months ago, if you bought a house in Vegas, it would cost you more to buy that same house today. And if you bought a house 6 or 7 months ago, it would cost you more to buy that same house today.
Right.
So, there's been some volatility over the last 18 months, although we can look at the last 15 years and home prices have just gone up year over year, except for maybe a 3 or 4 month period where they decline a little bit. Right. So you can't really time it, just like you can't time interest rates and what they're going to do. And of course, as soon as interest rates stop, and there was somebody came on and said, "Oh, Todd, you got to wait for rates to drop before it's affordable." Okay, now, but once rates drop, everyone else floods in the market and is trying to buy. And now you're competing against people and you end up getting the home price bid up maybe.
Right.
Or you have to waive the appraisal or come in with $20,000 more of cash. Just because you wanted to get the rate locked in now, maybe it's easier to lock in the house now. And then in 6 months, instead of paying more for the house at a lower rate, you just refi it or whatever.
Right. So everybody, it's important that you know what you're doing. Get some people to help you out, give you some good advice, do your homework, pencil to paper, right? So let us know what you think. Have you refinanced? Are you a serial refinance person? Have you refinanced the same loan multiple times? Tell us your story. We know lots of people have done that. So tell us your story. We want to hear from you. Please leave us comments. Be nice to each other in the comments. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video, share the video, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.